Hello everyone, welcome to my broadcast of Abyssal versus MARKnLARRY in DFRAG Open Series 5. I just put the videos on screen so you guys can see what maps we'll be working with today. I think Inferno was MARKnLARRY's map pick, Overpass was Abyssal's, and then our decider will be Mirage if it is required. Right now, if you're wondering what's happening on the server, you can always, have a look on HLTV. But right now the players are just in warm-up, so everyone's kind of running around. Not everyone's connected to the server yet, but I'll be sure to let you guys know when that happens, and of course I will change the scene to the gameplay when it starts so that you can all watch along. How's everyone doing in chat? How are we all going? Any familiar faces? Anyone that's been here before? Don't be shy, say hello. I won't bite. And any new faces also, feel free to say hi. I'm very welcoming, I think. I do need to get some music set up because I understand that it can be a little quiet, but you guys I'm sure have Spotify or something. You can put some tunes on while you wait. I don't want to risk getting copyright strike, to be honest. That's the main reason that I don't. Guess I may as well just switch it over. There you go. That's what's happening on the server. Not much. It's just warm up, as I said, but at least you can see something, makes it a little more eye-catching, I suppose. The sound will drop out whenever I tab out of the game, but don't panic. That's why it's happening. It's just because I'm tabbing out. The sound will come back as soon as the game window is back in focus. Unfortunately, I only have one monitor, so it's just kind of a technical restriction that I have to work with, but I'm sure you can understand. There we go. Gump and Fogger's photos looking a little nicer. Unfortunately, I think Zeph's one is just doomed to be a little strange looking. The ones that look nice are taken from the DFRAG website, and the ones that look a little scuffed are taken from HLTV. There might be a better way. I think his photo just has a background on HLTV, and that's the reason that it's like that, unfortunately. But to be honest, I can't be bothered going in manually and cutting out each player's headshot from the background. We're just waiting on one more player by the looks of it, although Vinny just left the server, so make that 2 players. In case you haven't been keeping up with this tournament so far, this is an elimination game, so whoever loses this is out. Both of these teams have played against Rooster. It was MARKnLARRY who played Rooster in the opening game. That was also streamed on my channel. So if you want to watch the VOD, it's here on Twitch, or you can watch it on YouTube now. I just uploaded it this morning. Not sure how many people are going to want to do that, but, you know, just for your information, it's available. Otherwise, you can just see the stats on DFRAG or HLTV. But yeah, Rooster beat Abyssal as well in the sort of playoff qualification game, I guess you would call it. The upper bracket of Group A, I guess, is how I think about it. But either way, Rooster beat both these teams, so they're already locked in for playoffs. And now it's Abyssal and MARKnLARRY playing off for the last spot we have from Group A. Over on the other side of things, I think it's Ground Zero that have already qualified. And sorry, I'm just checking it real quick. Looks like they're going into the knife round now, which is good. Yes, Ground Zero have qualified, and it's Dincuts playing off against DXA for that spot in the playoffs. So if you want to watch that, it's over on Flamboyant's channel. Otherwise, I'll be happy to have you here. So if you're not aware of how these sorts of rounds tend to work in Pro CS, it's kind of a foregone conclusion for best of threes. The team that picked the map has to lose the knife round, so that the team that did not pick the map gets to choose their starting side, which is why you're seeing MARKnLARRY already down to 2 players, basically before they even fought anyone. So it's going to be Abyssal getting their choice of start. It's a little interesting on Inferno, but I think usually teams just like to start on CT because it's easier. Don't have to come up with as complex a game plan, just hold your sights and don't die, really. It's the crux of it. I don't know if they're just stalling for time or what, but there it is. It's going to be Abyssal starting on the CT side of MARKnLARRY's map pick Inferno. This is the first match of the decider for Group A at the DFRAG Open Series 5. I'm Sync, your caster, and I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully these boys can put up a good fight. MARKnLARRY in the game we watched them play against Rooster struggled quite a lot on map 1, and it honestly looked like they were going to get blown out on map 2 as well, but they did make it competitive in the end. See if it's a different story versus Abyssal. Starting off in second mid, there's been no early round engagement, so everyone full HP. CT's with a couple of bits of utility, but altogether not a lot to work with. McCullers is armed with a smoke and 2 flashes. Just a 2-man setup on the A-bomb site right now. Gump is in speedway, so he can rotate over. Until then, it is just going to be blood and danger to hold this off. B players creeping in now. Flashbang's going to come out after the smoke. Danger will get the first contact. He's fully blinded by that flash and he's getting run down. Openings trade back. It's 3 versus 3, but the bomb plant will go down. Now the post plant set up for MARKnLARRY. It's relatively standard. There's no kit on Abyssal, so they have to get this retake going sooner rather than later. First engagement comes through, fights come out, it's McCullus and Wombat, bringing it down to a 1-on-3, just Gump remaining, and he's taken out as well. McCullus with a 3k on the pistol, picks it up for MARKnLARRY. Is this MARKnLARRY's map pick? Yes. You can see the vetoes in the top left. So Abyssal picked Overpass, and then if it's required, I decide as Mirage. My apologies for the players' names being different on the HUD to the game chat. I figured people probably want to see what the names are that match HLTV and stuff. But I think I will correct myself if this is wrong. That big chunk is Zeph and the other one is Ruffleco. I'll go check that after this round. But until then, just know that the two missing names that you won't recognize are Zeph and Ruffleco. Aggression on the USP is trying to stop this force buy. It is McCullus's AK taken down, but that should be just about all she wrote for this eco. Bloodsteagle, the last chance for Abyssal. Oh, swings out on timing and finds the back of his head. So 2 frags now and a chance to catch timing. Blood sneaking in behind. Ruffleco's not looking! Oh my goodness! Oh, Blood somehow managed to get another kill there, and if he was lucky, Ruffleco might not have turned in time. So 3 kills is definitely not the worst result for Abyssal, considering the guns they had to work with. I'm just going to go real quick and double check the names. So yeah, Big Chunk is Zeph, and Fred again is Ruffleco. So if you see those names in the kill feed, that's what they mean. But you can also keep track of who's getting killed and getting kills using the little HUD thing down the bottom. Wow, this is fast up mid. Brace is just kind of walking in. Tags up Danger, but escapes with his life. Vinny's found an opening over on B, so man advantage will go the way of Abyssal in round number 3. Wombat over here on B, just trying to sort of draw presence. A little bit of damage inflicted towards top mid, but it's not enough to deter this push. Brace is the first one out, nades in hand. Risk, but Blood hasn't swung. Danger gives away his position by the truck. MARKnLARRY take a moment just to really make sure this push is coming in the way they want it to. Blood swinging in, he's got both those kills on the spray down. And all of a sudden it's a 2 versus 5. Wombat and Brace. They need to find these kills quickly. 30 seconds on the clock and it's just Wombat. 5 players still to find. Very little information. Does have the bomb, but what can you do with it? Gump jiggling this angle, spots his gun barrel. And that's all she wrote. So it will be a first round on the board for Abyssal. I have realized as well that I forgot. I've got to change this for this HUD because it's different to the way it looks when I'm playing. Got that 5v5 thing in the top right there. So now you should be able to see the kill feed nice and easy. Fingers crossed. Round 4. This is an important one because MARKnLARRY have decided to force buy. They've gone all in on these Tech 9s. Brace is going all in on the mid push. Walks right past Blood, who's killed his teammate. He's burning in the Molotov, forced into the smoke. Brace has a chance to catch timing, but in the meantime, he's losing all his teammates. The apartments push goes to shambles. And with 21 HP, Brace, he's been spotted. He doesn't stand a chance. Or does he? Vinny not ready. Gives away the MP7, but I mean, still, the bombs drop towards pit, so a lot of work left to do. if Abyssal want to get greedy. Just phasing the smoke, but he makes footsteps. Foggers is ready for it. We're tied up at 2 rounds to 2. Will have to be the eco now for MARKnLARRY off the back of that, dare say, ineffective force fight. Abyssal seem aware that their competition's not going to be as strong in this round. Vinny's only equipped with an MP9 and still getting very aggressive down banana, trying to hold that space for his team. Gump's AK will be on the line to receive MARKnLARRY should he choose to step forward into it. All about timing. Ooh, Gump's looked away, but MARKnLARRY has retreated. Banana setup now looks like it's going to be tested. Vinny just tucked in the broom corner. It'll be Foggers to take the first contact. Seeing these players walk out of the smoke, he's going to spray away. Only gets one. Vinny good with the MP9 for all 3 though. Gonna leave poor old Rufflecoat. And he's got no chance. 3 rounds on the board for Abyssal. They take the lead. This is where the game really gets started. MARKnLARRY now for the first time. Finally get the rifles out. 3 AKs, 2 Galils. Blood has the AWP in hand. For those who are uninitiated, he is the new hire, so to speak, on this Abyssal roster. MARKnLARRY is going aggressive up middle. Takes a little bit of nade damage in return. Noticing the foot spray. I'm not sure whose that is. Presumably Gump. Oh, big nade onto Wombat. It's a nice combo from Vinny and Foggers, I think. Blood had the flashbang. Either way, the utility working out well here for Abyssal. Bloodsorb just as effective. Takes down Brace very easily. Danger behind the truck, loves that spot. Scump who does claim the kill in the end. Nade lands, but I mean in the 2v5 you're going to need a lot more than that. Stefan McCullers, what have you got to show us? Or if they come to show and tell empty-handed. Vinny on the line already. Isn't ready for McCullers. 1 frag goes the way of MARKnLARRY. These last 2 players find themselves in a 2-on-2 to get control of the A bomb site. Rotation will be coming over soon. Gump's taken down. There's 1 more player still to find. Danger activating from the mini pit, but he's traded back. Zeph now in the 1 versus 2. Not an unwinnable situation. Bombs drop behind him though. Needs to pick that up. Has the Molotov to buy him time for now, but for how long? How far can you push back Foggers? Blood's just walking through the smoke. This is so bold. Plant goes down. Zeph spotted out and Blood takes him out. So it will be 4 rounds on the board. Abyssal winning all of those in a straight line since the pistol and conversion. MARKnLARRY have yet to find success on Inferno. Is this live? Yes, this is live. It's a live game. I mean, there's probably a teeny bit of delay just for stream sniping reasons. Not that I'd expect either of these teams would be attempting to do that, but, you know. You can never really have a live online game. Jump swinging off the T-flash is good for the first 3 frags. Nice and easy to collect those ecos. Brace and Wombat, the last 2 left. Don't seem to be super hopeful. Foggers is very much confident in his ability. Results in him getting punished by the Tech 9. So Vinny is actually now isolated on B, but it doesn't really matter because the bombs drop towards top mid. Brace has that AK that he's picked up off Fogger's body. The real question is if he's able to do anything with it. Crossfire set up for Gump and Danger feels like it's going to be very difficult for him to breach. Does have a flash and a molly to do so, but gonna opt to swing dry, and one's all he's good for. So it will have to be Wombat, and he's already been spotted swinging out with the Tech 9. He's good for the headshot on Vinny, but Danger's quick to clean it up. That one could have got out of hand, but Abyssal managed to put a lid on things. Keep it nice and contained. Scoreboard looking a little rough for the MARKnLARRY side of things. McCarllis, to his credit, has been pulling his fair share, but everyone else feels like a step up is required. Bloodsorb, ooh, spotting the elbow, but it's not going to get another chance. Dangerously close. Ruffleco's good for that headshot. Takes a lot of damage through the corner, but he will survive, so it's a man advantage now for MARKnLARRY. First opening they've had go their way in a while. Vinny, quick with the response, but he is traded by the grenade. Only one defender left on B, and it's Foggers. Ooh, but Gump has recovered Bloodsorb. He manages to take out McCarllis in top mid. So just as they had that man advantage, it slipped away from them. MARKnLARRY now in a 3v3. Like they're leaning towards the B bomb site, which is a good call, considering the lack of defenders. Foggers now realizing where this gap is. Got a molly and a flashbang, but no more smoke. So Brace and Zeph quietly make their way up. Foggers out from the coffin's position, hasn't swung yet. He's yet to make the contact. Hearing that smoke, he knows where this push is coming. Footsteps loud now. Zeph and Brace announce their presence on B, but the plant has to go down. Foggers, there will be a smoke in front of him, but there's a chance to deny this with the spam. Doesn't line it up. Plant goes down in a 3v3 retake scenario. All three CTs have the kits. Danger, that's a good start to it. Gets a frag over from Banana. It has to be Brace and Zeph. Hold this together. Brace goes down. Sorry, it's Zeph straight through the smoke. And it will be Braced with the clutch scenario. 1 versus 3, half the bomb ticked away. Finds the first headshot. Gump goes down as well. Brace, you can't do this to them. Not the 1v3. Oh my gosh. Just isolating those fights to perfection. Brace. What a post plant for him. And it's finally good enough for MARKnLARRY to pick up another round on the T side. Picked up the pistol and the conversion, but the next 5 rounds to follow, just nothing seemed to be going their way. Finally, Brace will give them something to cheer about. It'll be Abyssal to respond, of course. They've got plenty of money for another buy. Blood, AWP back in hand. Not sure if that was exactly how that nade was supposed to go, but not too big of a consequence. This time MARKnLARRY looked to be leaning more towards A. There's been less early round engagements. Gump spamming on the smoke, doesn't hit anything, but Blood does. Fires again, gets 2 frags for himself. Ready to receive these players coming out from apartments. They don't even opt to push off the flash. CTs were blinded. And no space is taken as a result. Ruffleco's still operating from this position. No one's giving him anything. And he's been left alone on B somewhat, as Foggers is rotated most of the way back towards A. They're quick about this, MARKnLARRY. There is an opening. Slightest opportunity. Molly in front of them, 30 seconds on the clock, and Vinny still has a smoke in hand. Gonna throw that nade in. And now MARKnLARRY, they realize they're gonna have to go through this. McCarllis will be the first one out. Sent in by Brace's flashbang. Vinny crosses over onto the bomb site at the perfect time. Foggers arrives from CT as well. And it'll just have to be Brace to save. There's no way he can get to either of these bomb sites in time to get the plant down. Teammates may be telling him to just try and die. And he will go down. Not before taking out 2 of those CT players for himself, so denies a couple of AKs saved over, but either way, the result is a round win for Abyssal. 6 rounds secured on the CT side, 2 AKs still in hand for Gump and Danger. And it's a different story for MARKnLARRY. I mean, Brace has enough money for an AK, but everyone else is working with the scraps. And he swings out off the flashbang. Good for the first one. Doesn't know about the second player, but he's still good for the spray. Nade takes Wombat so low as well. And this one seems like it was doomed from the get-go for MARKnLARRY. It's never got going. AK's recovered, but I guess Ruffleco has the armor, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's dropped over to him. Just the bomb? Okay. Oof, another big nade. McCallus brought down to half HP by that one. It is Ruffleco working with that recovered AK-47. Let's get the first frag onto Danger. They should be aware that Gump's an A defender as well, but what can you do about it when he's just hitting those headshots? Bloodzorp arrives in time, and this push gets shut all the way down. Abyssal with 2 rounds to respond to MARKnLARRY. Brace had that clutch, but momentum still yet to shift. 2 rounds now left in the first half, and Abyssal, dare I say it, starting to look somewhat dominant in this game. Chance to run away with it for sure if they pick up this one. It will be the last full buy round that MARKnLARRY have access to, but it will be full utility 5 AKs for them to work with. Early car control taken for the T side. Vinny looks like he's trying to battle back in off the flashbangs. They're good to blind the Ts, but the trade comes through from Wombat. It's an important one, keeps the numbers level. The bomb site remains an option for MARKnLARRY now for the rest of this round. Been seeing this a lot out of Abyssal. Just the second B player seems to want to move towards A sooner rather than later. To be fair, they've been relatively good on these B bomb site defenses. It hasn't been tested all that much, and last time it resulted in a fantastic Brace clutch, a 1 versus 3. They will concentrate the numbers over towards this side of the map. It's 4 Ts in Banana right now, just setting up that utility. Molotov a little too early. And there's no block smoke here on either of these players. Foggers and Gump, all they have is a flashbang to deal with this full push. It's going to be a whole lot of nades coming their way. Flashbang goes out from Gump, swinging out with it. Wombat gets away. So it will be the full brunt 4 Ts. How many can they get? Foggers is good for 1. Good for 2. Still fighting. Dead behind the pillar, but Blood's arrived. Nade goes out onto the bomb site. Gets a little damage onto Wombat, but the plant will go down regardless. 2 versus 2. Danger's already working his way up Banana, and he catches Ruffleco not quite ready. Has to be the 1v2 for Wombat. Swinging out, but he's blinded by the flashbang. Blood up to 13 in 3. It's just been a safe pair of hands here for Abyssal. Hasn't even looked threatened on the AWP for the entire half. And now MARKnLARRY off the back of the bomb plant. They do have enough money for a decent buy. It's Wombat bringing the AWP out. Not one that you see all that often on the T side, but what have you got to lose at this point? Got to find a way back in somewhere. Oh, Blood challenged early, steps all the way up to it. Oh, Vinny just spams through the banana smoke, gets 1 for free. Danger doesn't realize that Ruffleco's walking out behind him. That's about as easy of a kill as you're going to get for MARKnLARRY. Bloodzorp's still a problem though, still a factor in the round. It's happened again. Abyssal really seem to like just trusting in the lone B player to hold this bomb site down. Vinny does have a smoke, but we've seen them go through it before. And this time there's 50 seconds left on the clock. As soon as contact is made, he is going to drop that utility, and there it is. So MARKnLARRY now have a choice. Do you wait this out or do you go? Foggers arrives from CT. He's going to be blocked off by the utility. Vinny, trapped in behind the boxes, gets a helping hand from Foggers through the smoke. Ruffleco over the top is good for the entry. They need to get this plant down. 20 seconds. Wombat's AWP is on this line. Foggers steps right into it. 2 versus 2. Blood arrives from CT, but he's blocked by the smoke. Allows the reposition for Ruffleco back towards Banana. This time he is ready and waiting. Spots Gump jumping off from the logs. Blood, AWP on this line. He's so ready. Ruffleco doesn't want to step into him. Gump's good for the headshot. And it leaves Wombat in a familiar looking situation. This time it's an AWP in hand. He's good for the first frag. Surely not another clutch from this position. Gump running in. He's nice and loud, but does he have the time for the defuse? No. Wombat does just enough to buy MARKnLARRY their 4th round in the first half. So it will be 8-4. Abyssal in the lead headed into their T side of MARKnLARRY's map pick. Pistol round will make MARKnLARRY feel a whole lot more comfortable if they're able to win it. They're looking for that information early in second mid, only spotting Foggers on the bridge, and that's a fight that you really don't want to be stuck in with the Glock. All players starting towards A here for MARKnLARRY, and right now the bomb is making its way up Banana. Wombat, the lone defender of this B bomb site, has the smoke grenade in hand. He's going to have to use it well to block these players off. Blood's been spotted. Util goes out, but will it be enough to block? It actually gets stuck on the box. There's a free path for the T's to just walk in through here. Race has managed to find a kill on the other side of the map, but the plant's going to go down. 5v4 retake will be allowed. Zeph finds an engagement with Foggers, who just wants to get away, get back to his team, cause problems really for these rotations. Gump in towards Church is going to find the contact with Ruffleco. Good to take him down. Wombat with the dualies. Swinging on out is taken down as well. Gump has found the first 2 kills deep into the round for Abyssal, but it's an important time to find him. Vinny with a 3rd. And it will be all 5 picked up for Abyssal. Danger, the only man lost. Pistol round picked up for the T side means 10 rounds feels all but certain, and they're sure to be pushing to take Inferno in the very near future. Will be the force buy, of course, from the CTs. 4 5.7s come out along with an MP9. Not sure how many of you guys have been watching the major, but I know I've seen, I feel like, at least one too many of these 5.7 rounds that somehow managed to take down the rifles on the T side. I think watching the Falcons versus G2 game yesterday, I believe Falcons managed to win the first 3 pistols of that series, and then they lost all 3 of the conversion rounds. Which, you know, to me is a bit of an indication that maybe the $500 pistols are a little too strong. CT players rush out through the smoke. Brace is good for 1, but he's traded back. Zeph's already on 4 HP. I'm not sure if that's from bullets or grenades, but either way, he's just going to have to run away. There's no real chance for him to hold off the B-bomb site. Seems like that's all the challenge MARKnLARRY have to give this push for Abyssal. And Danger is the real threat remaining for these 4 CT players. They're just trying to hang on to their guns and armor as long as they can. Danger's ready for that from McCallus, but he doesn't step into it, so he'll be disciplined enough to keep the pistol. But how much more can they do with these? We're running out of rounds to burn here, MARKnLARRY.
Terrorists win.
Timeout taken for Abyssal, interesting. I think I'm hearing some chat messages, which means they're talking in the all chat. Presumably there's been some sort of small technical problem or some such. Like I need a drink of water maybe. I know I need a drink of water. Here's your reminder to stay hydrated, chat. Now's a good time to grab a snack if you're hungry. Crack open a cold one if you feel so inclined. Sit back, relax, and enjoy some good old OCE Counter-Strike, brought to you by DFRAG. As a reminder, if you want to keep up with all the best Counter-Strike Australia and New Zealand has to offer, head on down to dfrag.gg. I believe they actually keep up with Asian tournaments as well, so... or at least the ones that OCE teams are playing in. dfrag.gg if you want to keep up with those games. It's a good website. I like it. Oh, this is laggy. Are we back? Okay. Apologies for the stutters. I don't know why that happened, but it seems like things are in working order. MARKnLARRY are going to need to be in working order here. Otherwise it's 11 rounds on the board for Abyssal. And they do only have the saved pistols, minus the MP9 that they were working with last round. It's 5.57s. I've got a lot of work to do. Nano control taken. Vinny is just charging at them. Smoke in front of him is going to delay things. Oof. That was dangerous for Zeph. He does have another smoke in the belt. Ruffleco's equipped with one as well, so they can stall out for quite a while here over on the B-bomb side. Danger and Foggers, meanwhile, have taken control of Archer. This is going to allow a pincer. Zeph, you're in real trouble here, bro. There's two players coming in behind him. He's hearing the footsteps, but how many can you get? Might go uncleared in this corner. Danger is going to go down, but Foggers is good for the trade. B-bomb site falls, and 11 rounds feels all but certain now for Abyssal. Last three pistols will charge on in, but with no defuse kits, no utility, they are surely just going to get mowed down. Nade already landing damage onto McCarless. It's just a matter of time. The Galils fire away. Brace is good for two. Oh, and he lands a dink onto Blood as well. Made that a little scary, but it will be Abyssal who come out on top in the end. MARKnLARRY, this might be their last chance at finding a way back into this game. AWP comes out for Wombat. Full investment into round number 16. But if it comes up short, they're going to be left poor and wanting. Wombat's AWP that was going to make a mark now is as good a time as ever. Blowing open the top mid smoke. Gonna swing out, spotting Foggers. Doesn't land the kill, but it's actually Brace and Zeph who have found openings through this banana smoke. I don't know if they blew it open or just what lucky timings, but either way, a two-man advantage is the result for MARKnLARRY. It's a conversion now for them that's desperately required. Been smokes thrown over towards the A-bomb site, so it wouldn't surprise me if we see Danger trying to sell somewhat of a fake. There's already 3 players here, so drawing another rotation doesn't feel possible. Wombat's actually playing very aggressive with this AWP. He's taken this position up on short and now moves towards top mid. Gump has the opportunity to catch a timing here, but Wombat gets back to the angle in time. Foggers now knows the bomb's been dropped. Needs to recover that one, but with 25 seconds, where are you going to go? Danger wants to make his way out of Boiler. But there's just no chance, and I think they realize it. Abyssal maybe just going to have to settle in and save. Round that somewhat fizzles out for them. But it was Zeph and Brace who found the two openings that set MARKnLARRY up for a fifth. They give themselves a fighting chance at least to continue on their map pick. AWP still in hand for Wombat. This time it's going to be making its way over to B. Ooh, this is a very interesting gamble. They've actually left Ruffleco. MARKnLARRY is here as well. Looks like he was just going to drop a smoke. But still, only 2 A players for now. Brace is making his way back as well. Seems like they've stacked their utility towards the B side of the map. They just want to stall out with the smokes. Decent HE landing onto Wombat. Gets back to that angle. Ooh, almost a collateral lines up for him. Either way, both the kills go in favor of MARKnLARRY. So the A push is the last hope for Abyssal in this round. Foggers, this is a difficult angle to clear. He's going to land a kill onto Brace though. 2 players in Boiler. MARKnLARRY is the first one to fall, but Ruffleco won't be expected. Chance for the backstab could be huge. Gump so ready for that though. Wow. Paramount awareness from him. Going to safely clear the path for Gump to get the plant down. They're already aware that 1 player's here. Wombat making footsteps as well, I believe. The retake feels all but impossible. 2 defuse kits, sure, but the smoke's already been used. Can't throw that on the bomb. Flashbang blinds Wombat. Zeph fighting with Foggers behind the pillars. Messy spray's not going to do the job. Wombat good for 1 kill, but he's just going to have to run for the hills. Needs to hold on to this AWP, but it will be 12 rounds on the board for Abyssal. And we'll see if Wombat's even going to get away with it. I suspect not. 2 players in closing now. Somehow he's able to get 1, but Gump is good for the trade on the Glock. There'll be 12 rounds picked up for Abyssal. AWP recovered. It's going to be dropped over to Blood. He's 15 and 7. Brace matches him on the kill count. 15 and 15. But Gump standing on top of the server right now. 21 and 9. Is a large part of how Abyssal have found this 7-round lead. How they've found match point. Brace is going very aggressive in through apartments. It's a good show of confidence. 2 nades are going to deal a lot of damage onto Foggers. And CTs get away with it. So, early advantage found for MARKnLARRY. A small one, but at this point, they're somewhat grasping at straws. Mac 10 interesting on Vinny. Money's still not that good for them, even though they picked up the round win in the last. Wombat early AWP opening. Somehow isn't traded by Vinny. I think he just fired away a few shots with the Mac 10 and picked up the AWP. He is going to finish that kill off. So 4v4. After an interesting exchange at top banana. Double balcony setup for the A players won't be tested, at least not yet. Zeph now will inherit the AWP. See if he can do what Wombat couldn't. He gets 1 and gets away. Geometry on that wall seems to be really messing with the players in this match. It's the second time we've seen someone throw a smoke there, and it's kind of bounced around and ended up somewhat subpar, but doesn't seem like it's going to be too consequential. It is going to allow Gump a little more space than they might have liked. Let's throw that smoke into CT, and already he's across the pool. McCullough should be hearing this, as will Zeph. Straight through the smoke, he doesn't quite land that shot, so the plant's going down. McCullough activates from dark to try and deny it, but Danger's able to shut him down, so it will be 3v2 in the retake. No defuse kits for MARKnLARRY. This is Inferno on the line. Their map pick. Gump already in car. It's an off angle that's hard to clear, but the wide swing's good for it. Ruffleco takes him down. It'll have to be a clutch from Danger if he wants to close it. And he's not able to land a headshot. So it will be the defuse for Zeph. It will be a 6th round for MARKnLARRY, and we will continue on Inferno. Eco round for Abyssal, so this one should be about as easy as you're going to get for MARKnLARRY. Bryce certainly seems to think so. He's just running down mid. Lots of nade damage. Wombat's KD almost back to neutral. Zeph on the line in car. Might be tested. There's no flashbang to send them out through half wall. So if they want to go, it's going to have to be after this smoke or straight through it. Spam not quite in the right place, but it could have been lethal. Abyssal's pistols make their way back towards the A-bomb site. There's 2 players lying in wait, but you would think that the fact that they have rifles, although I say that, neither of the CTs here have head armor. So if there was a bomb site that was going to fall, it would be this one. I do misspeak, Brace has head armor, but Ruffleco doesn't. Will be the Apps waterfall now. 2 AKs to collect. One of them falls. Brace has been detected from inside of pit, and hold on, the trades come through. 5v5 goes to 3v3, and the plant goes down on A. Wombat with the AWP. Certainly not the ideal weapon for this retake scenario. Zeph over from Moto. It's a quick headshot onto Foggers. And there's no armor for the T's. It could be their downfall. Foggers flushed into the open, and blood falls as well. So 7 rounds are eventually picked up for MARKnLARRY, although I'll say that one got a little closer than maybe it should have. I think I misspoke there. I said Foggers when I meant Vinny. You guys get the idea. You can read the kill feed. A little bit less aggression towards Banana for the CT side. MARKnLARRY do assemble a boost though, so Wombat's AWP trying to peer over the top of the smokes. These utility bounces have just been comical, to be honest. I don't know if I've ever seen a molly bounce off that barrel and just go straight up. The high-low setup, or sorry, a high-high setup for these 2 players on top of the short position. MARKnLARRY trying to use the verticality of the map to their advantage in round number 20. Rotation comes through at seemingly just the wrong time as Abyssal start to take control of car. It'll be Brace who's able to make his way back to the bomb site. Remains unpunished for now. Smoke comes out, but it's very deep from Wombat. All too easy to blow that one open with a nade. Or just pop a flash through it. Won't do the job. Wombat's good for the opening. Brace swinging out from behind the pillar. Gets one for himself, but he's traded back. Wombat, the last chance to deny the bomb plant, but I think it's going to go down as he's shut off behind the Molotov. Two players coming from CT. Zeph will be the one from Banana. Gump has struggled to hold this down in the past, and he will fail to do so once again. 4 versus 2 now for Danger and Foggers. It's a tall task. They're both playing in this coffin position. Back to back. They do land the first kill. Foggers has been detected, but Danger, hold on with the Gorillas. Found 3 for himself. Glock comes out. Time running low. Ruffleco needs to get on the defuse, but Danger gets him off it. I don't think he has time. And that's the map. Abyssal pick it up 13-7 off a 2 versus 4 from Foggers and Danger. The Galil fires away for 3 frags, and it is good enough to pick up the map. 105 ADR for 2 of those players there on Abyssal. And they will take MARKnLARRY's map pick away. Next up is Overpass. That should be in about 10 to 15 minutes from now. But I will be sure to update you guys when it's happening, so feel free to hang around, just lurk. Leave the stream audio on and you'll hear me start talking again in 10 to 15 minutes. I'll see you guys then. Hello, welcome back, guys. Still in warm up for now, so don't panic. But everyone's connected to the server, so we should be getting underway soon, I think. Is anyone who was watching the first map here in chat, can you just say hello? I have a question for you if you're willing. Anyone, I'm not asking for a specific person, by the way. Like anyone that was here watching map 1, just say hi in chat if you were watching map 1, please. Okay. No, don't panic. We're not getting underway yet, but it's time to start getting ready because it's the knife round, which means things are starting soon. Here we go. Okay. Overpass. This is Abyssal's map pick. We are getting started. Pistol round is getting underway in 10 short seconds from now. Abyssal will be starting on the T side. MARKnLARRY got their choice after, obviously, Abyssal picked the map. It is Abyssal who took MARKnLARRY's map pick of Inferno off them, so they're in position to close out the series in 2 if they can win this one. Interesting setup for MARKnLARRY here. Only Ruffleco is over towards B right now. They've put 4 players in bathrooms and long. Dare I say it's a little unconventional to leave B this unoccupied, but it might just be the right play. Foggers takes the first contact towards long. He's spotted out 2 players already, 1 brought down, and he knows that he landed that dink onto Zeph as well. Just 12 HP left on him. And they're going to try and take this place. Bud spotted out, jumping across. Foggers swings in with the USP and picks up 2 for himself. Last 2 players, Brace and Ruffleco, kind of forced to bunch up over towards A, but they're going to have a whole lot of firepower to get through in the form of these pistols. Foggers right now is just kind of looking at the floor. Brace isn't able to punish him, though he does land the headshot onto Gump off that swing. 2 more to find, and he's not able to do either. Ruffleco will have to step up big time for 4. 30 seconds on the clock, but this push is coming through thick and fast. Vinny not ready for the swing. Ruffleco picks him up, but running out of bullets. Foggers is good for his 4th headshot of the round. It will be Abyssal taking the T-side pistol on Overpass and taking their, well, not their first step, but a big step towards picking up their map pick. Danger going aggressive through this smoke. Able to spot out the boost. Zeph has gone undetected outside playground. He's able to pick up Foggers for free. Blood swinging out with the Galil just about gets the trade off. Only 20 HP left on him though, and numbers are even, so this is not unwinnable now for the CT side. MARKnLARRY off these CT force by weapons. Still got 2 Galils and 2 MAC-10s to deal with though. Oh, Wombat looking for the early info. Isn't able to get it. He just misses those players coming out of connector. Really wants to find a spot, find somebody. Not going to get it just yet. But he will be emboldened. He's just taking up this space. It's rewarded for it. Kneecaps Vinny with the scout. 11 HP left on him, and all of a sudden this becomes a very difficult round. Silent drop missed for Danger means there's info being given up over towards this B bomb site. Michaelis and Ruffleco still both on very much full HP. Vinny, the first one taken down. Danger falls as well. Gump, they all fall. Abyssal in a matter of seconds. They collapse here on the second round. And it's actually MARKnLARRY on the CT force buy that pick up round 2. Ruffleco with 3 frags on his 5-7. Will claim an AK for his troubles. And Abyssal, that is not the way you wanted that one to go. I mean, like, not only do you lose the round, but you also drop over an AK and a Galil, as well as that MAC-10. Off. It's a good start on the road to recovery. Gump with the first frag. Wombat now will be tested. Vinny's enough to take him down. Brace is going to have to scramble over towards the A bomb site. As soon as it looked like they had a chance to pick up the momentum, MARKnLARRY, it's slipping through their fingers. Foggers is going to go down to that spray. Brace falls away. There's 2 defuse kits, so the retake is not impossible. Michaelis is coming up from B as well. Stuck behind the smoke. A man disadvantage. It's not an easy round by any stretch. Gonna try and boost over this dumpster position. Brace might have been heard jumping up there. Vinny doesn't want to give him the peek. So as they disassemble, it's being heard. Vinny will be hard cleared. Brace takes him down, but the trade comes through for Danger. Michaelis swinging out with the MAC-10, good for one more. Gump's on low HP, and Blood is the ace up the sleeve. He's going to swing out off the tap, spotting both the players, but he knows there's no one on the defuse. Gump just has to play the time. Doesn't suspect that Ruffleco is sticking this, and although he gets the frag, he might not have time for the defuse. It's going to be close. Oh, he just about gets it. MARKnLARRY hang on for dear life in round 3, but they are going to pick up the round advantage over Abyssal. By the skin of their teeth. Hangs onto the AK as well. Is a hefty reward along with the round win. Although the bomb plant emboldens Abyssal to force buy back in again. How many times can you do this before you just have to say, guys, I think maybe we should save and get some AKs. To be fair, the last round was a lot closer than it should have been. But it's also a whole different beast they have to go up against in this one. B-Rush starts off successful, but quickly traded 2 back. It's Ruffleco once again picking up both of those frags. Blood trying to redeem himself on the Deagle. Isn't going to be able to do so. Oh, until then, it's a nice headshot, but he is traded. 3 rounds go the way of MARKnLARRY. A good start to their CT side. Brace has had 2 free kills on Foggers so far and has whiffed both times this game and the last one. Were you here watching last game? I have a question for you. Was there any sound? Because I might have forgotten to like unmute my desktop audio. Either that or it's capturing the game sound. Forgot what my OBS setup was. I could hear the whole game? Okay, phew, thank goodness. I was worried that I'd accidentally left it so that you couldn't hear. But that's good. I'm glad It was fine. Forced into the save Abyssal, and they've eaten a lot of nade damage, but they are able to take some space out towards B. Ruffleco and McCarlis caught with nades out. Does manage to get the M4 up in time, but for how long will it last? Not long enough. 3 kills go the way of Abyssal, and all of a sudden the eco round is the one to break the mold. Brace and Zeph, with 4 unarmored players to find, only 2 of them equipped with the rifles. It's not an unwinnable round by any stretch. Zeph spamming away, but he's brought down, so it'll have to be Brace in the 1v4, and he's got no chance. Abyssal, on the round that I would say was the least likely for them to win, they're going to pick it up. Maybe they should just stick to the pistols after all. Look at this, 3 M4s and 2 AKs saved into the next round. Wombat has the AWP out, but it's 2 5.7s and 2 MP9s to reinforce him. Questionable economic decisions across the board. 3 stack towards B. Wow, Brace, that was quick with a 5.7. Good for the first frag. Vinny is able to land one onto Zeph and Connector. Brings the numbers back to even. It's 4v4. Wombat once again is taking this aggressive line. They like to sort of let him off the leash towards middle by the looks of it. The second time we've seen him with one of these scoped weapons, just sort of trying to spot for info early, find a player not quite ready for his angle. Vinny and Blood are already on somewhat low HP. They make their way up long. Wombat, not sure if he's been spotted or spotted them. Seems aware of the possibility. Utility will confirm it. He's going to land the first shot onto Foggers. Wombat now has 3 more players to find to deny this A push. Gump making his way out over the top of Dice. Will be heard jumping. Plant is tapped, but Gump lands the headshot. Space now for this to go down. Brace and Ruffleco not able to deny as they're shut off behind the smokes. A lot of fake plants. But this time he does commit to it. It's Blood and Gump in the 2 versus 3. Ruffleco's been heard and spotted. 2 players behind the dumpster. Now they spring out. McCarlis and Brace. Everyone's accounted for, but Gump needs to land the shots. He's going to have to run away after 1. McCarlis and Brace, there's no defuse kit. They know they need to find this kill sooner rather than later. Gump, rifle in hand. Here's that smoke on the bomb. Here's the tap. Wants to play from the deep angle. Spots both the players. Brace is good for the kill. Oh, but that was very close. He does get on the bomb, but it's very, very tough to say if he's got the time. Oh, he does get the defuse. Second time it's happened this game already. MARKnLARRY just about get the bomb taken care of. This is a new position for Wombat. I know that there's been a lot of aggression through Connector. AWP shot will give away his positioning though. Ruffleco spamming through this wall towards short isn't going to be able to find too much damage. Maybe a counter boost being assembled perhaps. Just setting up some utility. Nades go over, but no one's home. So much presence being made towards B. The push is going to come through in the form of Gump. Will be backed up by Vinny from short. He's actually going to be the first man out, sent through by these flashbangs. He's so blind. But either way, there's no challenge from the CT side. It'll be a 5v5 retake as the bomb goes down. Lone player coming from anywhere but CT is Zeph. Gonna have to be Blood to hold him back. Nade lands some damage onto Danger, who's been boosted up into heaven. Molotov will flush him back down. I mean, this is looking like a 5v5 save at this point. The clock's already halfway ticked down. MARKnLARRY, the push has to come through thick and fast, and it has not been successful. Ruffleco and Wombat will just have to scurry back off the CT. And, I mean, that's about as easy of a post plan as you're going to get for Abyssal. Regardless, they do hang on. Third round on the board for them. And notably the first one where they started the round with AKs. AWP save, that one's going to be dropped for blood. And a chance to tie up the scoreline as MARKnLARRY somehow have been left with very much weak economy. Just about no residual cash, and 3 of these players are operating with 5.7s. 4 of them actually. Wombat's got one as well. Cheeky boost for the lone M4. Isn't going to be successful in spotting out anyone early in this round. Abyssal taking things nice and slow. Seems to be a good amount of awareness of the sort of buy they're up against right now. I heard burning in that Molotov connector. So Zeph aware of at least one of these positions. Fogger's now maybe challenged by Wombat. The flash is very good, but the cover's even better. Zeph is picking that one up for free. AK recovered, but Wombat swings out before it's loaded. So he will be traded back. Oh, but hold on. McCullers has found a pick over on B with a 5.7. I'm telling you, man, this pistol, it is so lethal in the right hands. Gump might be about to walk into it as well. McCullers on the corner. He's spotted on the jiggle, and the flash was great from Blood. Enables that kill to come through for free. Rufflecoat, the hero rifle in this round, now finally gets his chance to strike, but he comes up with nothing. Brace has the AK picked up off the enemy's body, but Vinny's able to deal with him. It's 4 rounds to 4 as Abyssal recover on the T side of Overpass. This time it will truly be pistols for MARKnLARRY. I was talking a big game about how bad their buy was last round, but time and time again, the 5.7 really proves to be not all that much worse than an M4. This time, however, no 5.7s, no hero M4s. Oh, sorry, 1 5.7, 1 P250. Certainly shouldn't be much of a challenge for the AK-47s on the side of Abyssal. Danger. Very blind from the flash, but still adjusts in time to pick up both those frags. Gump will be sent out of Monster. Flashbang goes over the top, and the spray is good as well. So it's just going to be Wombat. He's already taken a whole lot of damage from that nade, and he will be finished off. Abyssal, for the first time since the pistol round, they take back the lead here on their map pick of Overpass. After some shakiness in the first couple of rounds of this game. It seems like they've found their footing, and now instead it's MARKnLARRY who are scrambling, trying to find a foothold. AWP out for Wombat once again. Double molly on short is extinguished by Danger. 4 players start towards B, and they're rewarded for it in the short term. Wombat finds the opening frag with little consequence. Rufflecoat's actually been tagged up. I'm not sure if that was by a wallbang or a nade. But either way, he's only on 11 HP. Right now, Zeph's the only player really holding down middle in any sense. Foggers will be flashed into bathrooms, and there is just no chance for Zeph. Rufflecoat and Brace have already made their way up to A, but splitting up the players is the name of the game here for the T side. Rufflecoat is taking up an aggressive position here, especially for someone on just 11 points of health. See how diligent they are about this. Right now, Foggers and Vinny are just walking past that spot. Seem to be aware of the possibility. Oh, that's a great flash, but it blinds. Oh no! That was such a good flash. for Ruffleco to go in off, but it got blinded. He got blinded by it. Oh, and they're just walking past behind him. Blood has found kills over towards B, or 1 kill. And 2 Ts have actually just walked their way out onto the A bomb site. Ruffleco is still just in divider. Vinny's now running back past him. The bomb's going to be coming. What did I just watch? Foggers now finds himself in an unwinnable 1v3 because the bomb's too far away. That is disastrous for Abyssal. I can't believe no one like turns around and clears that corner. I also can't believe that Ruffleco didn't turn around and look towards the bomb site at any point during that. Only once he heard the footsteps coming back his way did they clear that angle. Dear, oh dear. I love the fact that the game lagged when he started spraying as well. It's like, not even Valve can wrap their heads around what is transpiring on this server. 5 rounds to 5 is the result. And it will be Abyssal this time leaning towards the B bomb site. Bloodsorb able to take up this position nice and early in the round, but he doesn't catch the swing. Brace makes his way sliding past. That's pushed up very far towards long. This is a cool setup. I kind of like this actually. You got Wombat watching from deep with the AWP. So if there's a player that walks out past him, Zeph will know and he can swing. The problem is no one's holding mid. So Foggers is just able to walk up this for free right now. Wombat does get back towards the doorway, but he's too little too late. Vinny might walk into it. Oh, the timing is just atrocious. The flash forces back Zeph, and Wombat wants to reposition to cover him. He is going to be good for the trade, but is there the awareness that Foggers could already be this far up? Wombat making footsteps as he walks back out. He's nowhere near ready for that spot. Bomb plant will be able to go down on A as Gump. Gonna plant that one. Ooh, danger. Very close to going down through the wallbang actually, but he will slip away. It would not surprise me if we just saw a save from these last 3 CTs. Sure, only 1 round left to go, but it's 1 round that you would rather have the rifles for. And a retake in this situation is far from easy. They're going to try and boost to actually clear out this connector position. And it's effective. Nice little assembly. Gonna net an AK for Ruffleco. He'll save that into the final round of the CT side. But it is Abyssal securing 6 rounds and securing with it an even half on a map that's very much a CT-sided one. How many headshots Gump had first round? You can check on HLTV. There's a pinned comment in the Twitch chat. You can click on that and you can find all the stats there. If you just go to the scoreboard thing and then you click the advanced option, you should be able to see it. Actually, that might only be for this map. If you want to see the stats from map 1, if you look at the thing where it says the map veto or the pick ban, it'll say like Inferno, Overpass, Mirage. There should be a little button on the Inferno one that says stats, and then you can see the stats for map 1 there. Opener goes the way of Ruffleco. Nade to blow open the door is effective, but Bloodsorb deals a little more damage. Numbers even until MARKnLARRY answers back and Brace. MARKnLARRY looking good to find a 6th round in the CT side. Once again, Foggers has just walked past this player in divider. Wombat back in time. He's going to be signaling to his teammate, hey man, one of them got past you and now it's just blood in the 1v4. As the AWP has the bomb, sure, but MARKnLARRY is going to be hearing the steps. Gives away his own position with the drop down. Smoke on the bomb site's going to make things a little bit weird. Blood trying to isolate these fights. Oh, he was looking the right way. Oh, and somehow that doesn't land onto MARKnLARRY. Unlucky quickscope means it's 6-6 for MARKnLARRY. They head onto the T side of Overpass, and it's here that Abyssal will really have the chance to shut this one down. That's not right. Hold on. Sorry, let me just fix the HUD real quick. There we go. Pistol round could be a big one here for MARKnLARRY. I would say that it usually promises a second round win to come with it, but honestly, with how strong the 5-7 is, with how much it's been demonstrated already in the series, I'm not comfortable making that assertion. We might get the chance to see if it's tested as the bomb plant goes down and it's all of a sudden a 4v2. Gump already on 9 HP as well. He's been dinked. It'll be Vinny trying to make his way out from Graffiti. He's going to take the first contact by the looks of it. But there's already 3 players close to this. Flashbang goes out, sure, but headshots need to follow. And they're just not going to land. It'll be 4 players left alive for MARKnLARRY as they pick up the 7th round. Pistol round secured on the T side. And now, can they overcome the 5-7s? Will there be any 5-7s? Or will Abyssal just choose to save? With only 1 kill, I guess it's kind of difficult to justify an investment, so it will just be USPs with the exception of danger on the P250. Aggressive positioning in Fountain here. There's actually 4 of them walking up over the stairs. It's Ruffleco to collect with the Galil, helped out by McCarllis. Nice and easy. Ruffleco has really been the difference maker this game, in my opinion, for MARKnLARRY. Just had a couple of those round-winning plays that have really shown up big on the scoreboard. Definitely shows up in his KD, 18 and 8 right now. Seemingly a step above. M4's in hand for Abyssal since they saved in the last one. Gump looking a little shaky on these first 2 engagements. Wants to just play for his life. He is going to commit to that spray, but to no avail. He's taken down by Wombat and the A-bomb site falls with it. Blood trying to retake from long. It's actually Foggers who's able to find the first kill for the CT side. The way back into this round is very difficult to find. They do have the advantage of, you know, this element from long. Ruffleco gives away his position. He could have just tucked in that corner, but he opts for the swing instead. It's going to be McCarllis playing inside these long smokes. This is such a cheeky spot. There's still 2 players in middle. Foggers is walking past as well. Oh, McCarllis, how many can you get with the spray down? It's going to be all 2 and a big tag onto the next one. Zeph to clean it up. But either way, the round goes in favor of MARKnLARRY. I was hesitating because I wasn't actually sure what the outcome was. I thought for just a second that the defuse had gone through, but there wasn't time for it. Abyssal retake attempt collapses off that cheeky position from McCarllis. 9 rounds converted for MARKnLARRY, and it should be a 10th provided they can overcome these 5-7s. Dangerous as they may be. Trump wants to get aggressive. Knows that nade was thrown from close to him, but Brace has intelligently decided to back away from that. No one holding long this round, so MARKnLARRY have succeeded in locating the gap. Oof, Blood's USP is swiftly removed by Brace. And with it, the A-bomb site control falls to the T side. Foggers is going to be the first man on the scene with the 5-7. But there's really nothing you can do, especially with that utility in front of him. At this point, it is certainly worth the save if you're Abyssal. Def confirms his lurk over towards Fountain. With the frag onto Gump, it will be Vinny to try and outflank the flank. Not a bad idea in my opinion, but Even so, he's going to struggle to find the frag onto the AK. Ogre's in danger. Surely just trying to recover a gun for themselves as well with no defuse kit. Retake feels all but impossible. Ooh, Vinny finds that timing. It's an AK. Gonna scamper off with that one. Wombat will be the only person in position to try and rip it away. And Vinny's good for the headshot. Loses 2 teammates, but he will at least have the AK moving into the next round, provided no one on MARKnLARRY is able to take it away.
Terrorists win.
Double digits now for the team that lost map 1. So despite the evenness of the first half, so far on their T side, MARKnLARRY have looked stronger and stronger. 3 rounds to go if they want to close out their opponent's map pick. Send us to that decider of Mirage. AWP for blood. Oh, and they've been caught badly by the flashbangs. Ruffleco collects with the AK. All of a sudden, B bomb site stripped down to 2 defenders, leaving just 1 on A. MARKnLARRY, they've done such a good job at taking their time in these rounds. When they find that opening advantage, just taking a breath, finding the opening. Oof. It's Gump who barely survives that engagement, as does McCallus. He actually had the bomb. Believing that the A player is rotated down to B. Looks like Brace is just trying to take space towards the A bomb site. Clear this out, confirm the position of one of those players. No one's home, so they will be able to call over McCallus. There will be no one to challenge him. Boggers, Gump, and Blood sitting stalwart on B. Zeph is still just tucked in behind the sandbags. If he steps out, he is a dead man. Blood is... I say that. Got off the line. And now, it's a question of how many of these saves can you deny? Zeph, oh, that's a bad timing, but he's still good enough for the first 2 frags on the spray down. Nice transfer to pick up Gump through the wall, but Blood's AWP is the biggest prize left. Hunt is well and truly on here. Still half the bomb yet to go. Wombat's taken down. Gives Blood a way to take another position. It's Brace and McCallus charging into the T-spawn. Blood's all flashed off the line, but good for the first frag, not for the second. McCallus picks him up, and all the saves are denied. Abyssal will go empty-handed into round 18. There is enough money just about for M4s, but do you really want to risk it, or do you play for overtime? Tactical timeout taken, perhaps to discuss that decision. MARKnLARRY just 2 rounds away from taking Abyssal's map pick away. Probably should have used a different word there, rather than saying away twice, but oh well. Ding cut 09 CT map. Abyssal getting wrecked at CT in their own map pick. What can I say? The land down under, right? We're all upside down. Maybe that's why. If you want to see more OCECS, by the way, check out dfrag.gg or follow me here on Twitch. I'm not the only Australian Counter-Strike streamer, of course, but, you know, if you like watching these games, if you find them entertaining, or if you just like my casting, you know, drop a follow, because I'm streaming games like this all the time, and as well as other stuff. So, you know, I would appreciate it. Round 18 has been the buy coming out for Abyssal. Everything they have invested into this one. It is a crucial round. If they drop it, MARKnLARRY will have Overpass in the palm of their hand. Hoggers takes first contact towards long off that flash. Successfully gets some info, but how much more? He's fully blinded by that flashbang. Rufflecoat does punish him eventually. Gump on the line. Good to take out the self-boost from Wombat. But Brace answers back over on the B side, as does Rufflecoat. 2 versus 3 situation after Vinny's response. And they know where both of these CTs are now, MARKnLARRY. It's just a matter of getting these trades, and it's not even needed. Zeph steps right into that AK shot. And it's just Vinny now in the 1v3. No defuse kit for him. So if the bomb goes down... Feels like a matter of time for Vinny. No defuse kit. You may as well just save. This retake isn't really even possible. But it will be map point for MARKnLARRY picked up. Another 2k for Rufflecoat puts him at 23 and 9. An outstanding performance for him. And it's taking Abyssal's map pick away from them. Mirage now just 1 T-side round away. They'll have 6 chances to do it in regulation. And Abyssal now, with what money they have, will be fighting for overtime. You can see the buy coming out. It's an MP9, an MP7, a Scout on Blood, just 2 rifles, and a distinct lack of head armor as well. Only AKs for MARKnLARRY, so you wouldn't think it would matter, but you never know. Sometimes you get dinked through a corner and that aim punch can be the difference. Ooh, boost disassembled just in time as Zeph makes his way out of short. Wombat there to assist. There's 3 CTs here to defend the B-bomb site, but the first 2 kills go the way of MARKnLARRY. You could be watching the end of Overpass and the end of Abyssal's map pick right here and now. No defuse kit if this plant goes down. They've only got 30 seconds and it's just blood. 1 versus 5. It's not going to be possible. His Scout's stuck behind the molly in heaven and he'll quickly be run down. Brace doesn't even care about the flashbang. He just charges on through. Blood's good for that Scout headshot. But realistically, how much more can you get? 1's good, 2's fine, 3 would be awesome. Even if you get 4 more, there's no time for the defuse. It's simply not going to happen. MARKnLARRY, they take it 13-6. Abyssal's map pick falls. And it will be Mirage the decider. Coming up after a break, it'll be 10 or 15 minutes. Probably closer to 15. So, you know, feel free to grab a snack, grab some popcorn, get a glass of water or your drink of choice, and be sure to join me for Map 3 Mirage, where we find out who gets eliminated and who continues to the playoffs of DFRAG Open Series 5. Hello. Oh wow, that was perfect timing. The warm-up literally just ended, so welcome back everybody. Tab back into the stream if you've got it on another tab, if you've got the audio still on. Welcome back. Abyssal versus MARKnLARRY. This is the deciding map 3 Mirage. We do have a real knife round this time. It's not a foregone conclusion, because we do need to decide who starts on the CT side somehow. Little bit of bait there from McCallus. I like this perspective on the knife rounds. I think it makes it entertaining to watch. Who's gonna make the first move? Both teams seem eager to get the CT side. Ooh, that's an unpunished tag. Nice work from Danger. Yo, Church Dog, what's good, my brother? How you doing? What is that? They're just running back to despawn. Oh, okay. Both teams are just leave. Okay, alright. No, it's fine, guys. I didn't want to watch a knife fight anyway. You can actually just not do that. Happy Friday. I'm chilling. Nice. Good to hear. I'm bored. Can't seem to get enough dopamine. Damn. Hopefully this game has some install. We've had some pretty exciting moments so far. Brace had a cool 1v3 clutch on Inferno. There was a smoke lurk from McCallus last time in a post plant on Overpass. That was good to watch. This knife round seems like it's got out of hand. MARKnLARRY will be starting presumably on the CT side after they take the knife round out of Abyssal's hands. No, they're starting on the T side. Interesting. Wow. Okay, that's unexpected. How's that for a dopamine hit? Usually you see teams opting to start on CT on Mirage. MARKnLARRY gonna buck that trend. I guess over on Overpass, they did overperform on the T side of things. Whoa, this is weird. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna reconnect to the server real fast. Sorry, ignore that timer. Okay. Looks like things are back in working order. I have no idea what just happened. But, Abyssal may be feeling similar. They don't know how this pistol round has gotten away from them. It's a 2 versus 3 in the retake. And Wombat's down, so it's just Ruffleco now in the clutch. And Vinny's going to take him out. Pistol round will go the way of MARKnLARRY. Oh, the HUD's the wrong way round. It's Abyssal. How did I not... Okay, sorry, guys. I'm a little slow. There we go. Abyssal pick up the T-side pistol. Jeez. Thank you, Tim, for pointing that out. Okay, well now that we know which team is on which side, it's a little less interesting. MARKnLARRY did choose to start on CT, but they did drop the CT pistol. Abyssal will be choosing to make their way over towards the A-bomb site in the second round using those guns they bought. Brace trying to block the stairs smoke will be punished after a dink onto Vinny land, so a bit of damage, but feels like it's going to be inconsequential. No follow-up utility from his teammates, no defuse kit of course, and it's just 4 USPs, so it'll be all they can do to just get 1 or 2 frags here. Foggers is going to tap away into Ruffleco's head. Zep and McCullough, the last 2 left. Foggers has got 3, and Gump will collect the 5th. Abyssal up 2 rounds to start their T side of Mirage. As a reminder, this is an elimination game, so whoever loses this is out of DFRAG Open Series 5. Whoever wins will be moving on to the playoff bracket, where they'll be up against Ground Zero, I believe. Could be wrong about that. I'm not 100% sure how the format works, but I would guess that Rooster will be playing the winner of Dinkuts versus DXA, and Ground Zero over from the other group will be playing against the winner of this game. But the bottom line is the loser goes home. Well, I guess they're already at home because this is an online event, but you get the point. weapons in hand for the CT side of things. It's actually Brace who has the AWP. Last map it was Wombat who was operating with that one. In the second round of Mirage, it is the former Vertex player who has it in hand. Kill goes over the top, but wow, a double blind spray down for Ruffleco. Collects 2 frags in A main. Ready for danger in Palace. Caught with nades out. Will eventually be removed, but already down to a 2 versus 4. Gump and Foggers with a lot of work left to do. Plant will be enabled by that smoke grenade, but the spam from Zeph isn't able to deny it completely. Foggers spray too messy to pick up that kill onto short, and Wombat from jungle will close out the round with 4 kills. Or 4 players left alive, I should say, for MARKnLARRY. Struggled in the first couple of rounds, but they find their footing here in round number 3. And it looks pretty convincing off the back of a Ruffleco double flashbang spray down. I'll put 1 round on the board. AWP comes out for blood. He was a difference maker on Inferno. He set himself back on that path here on Mirage. This time it is Wombat who has the AWP in hand. He's taken it over to apartments. An aggressive line, but right now no one's there to meet him. Foggers will be coming up from underpass, and right now Wombat's crosshair in the right spot. He's not careful about this. It could be an evening out of the numbers, but Foggers is disciplined enough not to give that peek away for free. Wombat now. Anyone was there to see it, that smoke would surely give away that someone's pushed into the apartments. Instead though, all 5 Ts somewhat in a line down that mid portion of the map. Foggers will spot that smoke now. So knowing that it was so deep in apartments, they should be aware that someone's pushed up. There it is, Wombat, the jig is up, he's been spotted. Now he just needs to get away from this. He's stuck in the corner. Uses that flashbang to try and dip. Foggers jumps out, but the AWP shot whistles past him. No defenders left on B. A pick from Ruffleco is good, sure, but the bomb's on the other side of the map, and it will be planted. Retake not going to be a possibility, only 1 defuse kit. Makes sense to just hang on to these rifles for the remaining MARKnLARRY players. It will be a 3rd round on the board for Abyssal. Such an important opener for Blood. You can tell that MARKnLARRY were really feeling like they needed to make a play. They needed to have Wombat stay aggressive in apartments, try and get that early pick, equalize the numbers, but it just wasn't to be. Heading into round 5, the buy will be good enough for MARKnLARRY. Rifles in hand for everyone. And the same can be said for Abyssal as well, so got another slugfest on our hands. Once again, Blood has a good mid-spawn, but instead he's going to choose to go towards the apartments. Not jumping into lower either, he's just going to try and kill this player jumping up fast. Alice doesn't step into it. And Blood's just going to walk away. Interesting. Jump is being engaged in top middle here. By the utility at least. It will be Zeph stepping out from short. They spot each other. 1 shot traded either way, but either land a lethal blow. It will be a boost for Zeph on top of that short box. Not be expected by these players coming out of Underpass. Bomb to be scooped up from the T-spawn. Rufflecoat ready to receive danger if and when he activates on that Palace Lurk. Vinny, who's made his way underneath the window, and he has no idea how close he is to being spotted by Zeph. Jumping up on the bench, there it is. Position given away, and Rufflecoat has landed one frag. He's traded back. Brace still alive on stairs, but he goes down as well. Foggers is traded by Wombat, leaves Gump in the 1 versus 3, and 1 kill already picked up. Plant tapped, draws fire from Connector, but he survives. 14 HP to go. Gump, what have you got in the clutch? He knows where both players are, gets the headshot. Zeph over the top of stairs. A little reckless perhaps. McCullus only needs to land 1 bullet, but so does Gump if he finds the headshot, but he can't do it. McCullus denies the 1v3, and he makes his way back down to Connector to scoop up that AWP. He will defuse the bomb. It will be 2 rounds on the board for MARKnLARRY, stabilizing their CT side here on Mirage. Fogger's sitting in a healthy 9-2 right now. Tactical timeout taken for Abyssal. You can sort of see why when you look at the sort of weapons they're working with. Vinny and Danger on a Mac-10 and Tech-9 respectively. Foggers doesn't have enough for an AK either. So presumably he's going to have a Galil or something of the sort. Curious that we've only really seen these timeouts come out from Abyssal so far in the series. I don't think MARKnLARRY has called a single one. So, you know, I'd say it's pretty impressive that they're hanging around as well as they are. You're MARKnLARRY. This is your chance to tie it up. If you're Abyssal, it's the chance to cement your lead. Money still not super good for the MARKnLARRY side of things. Zeph and Brace, not a whole lot to spare in their accounts. It's aggressive up middle. Brace working with this M4. Just makes his way into that mid smoke. Gonna be blown open for him. There's no one there to meet him. All 5 Ts right now, the entire Abyssal roster, make their way through apartments. McCullus, the lone defender on B, has a whole lot coming his way. And he's helped out by Zeph from short. Bench player taken down, Vinny falls, and now all of a sudden, it's just a 2 versus 5. Molotov will be burning Gump in behind the van, forces him to jump up, and he's collected. The B push falls to pieces as MARKnLARRY pick up a 3rd round here on their CT side of Mirage. Abyssal left with pretty much nothing. I mean, 2,100 is the highest amount of money for any player on the team, so it's certainly going to be the full eco, which seemingly would mean a round lead for MARKnLARRY. I never want to speak too soon, but to be honest, if you're losing to Glocks, maybe you deserve it. There is a P250 on Danger. He seems to be a fan of picking up that one. Ooh. Gump survives an encounter with Wombat's AWP. Only 1 player towards CT on A right now. There is 1 single flash on Foggers, and that's all they've got for this push. Trying to get Blood in towards the bomb site. He will be spotted by Rufflecoat, and the plant will be denied. Now it's a matter of cleanup for the remaining CTs. Brace, everyone's getting their jobs done. Zeph and Wombat chip in with 1 each for themselves. McCullough's the only one who wasn't able to get a frag, but, you know, he is the B player, so it's to be expected for an A push. Either way, MARKnLARRY have taken the lead on the deciding map. And they'll be looking to push that advantage. They've got plenty of residual money. Even if they drop this one, there'll be more than enough for them to buy into the next. Abyssal, meanwhile, is practically a force buy with 4 Galils. Some missing bits of utility on all the players, but Gump doesn't need it. He is the one guy with the AK, and he is the one to find the opening in round number 8. Wombat's AWP. This is so aggressive in connector. Spots out Gump's head and removes him. And he's good for another one as well. Wombat's still going. Moves into jungle. He's found a third. Fourth available as Foggers looks to challenge. The Tech 9 comes out. Wombat's on for the ace. Last one alive is Blood. Drops the smoke grenade out, but Wombat is bloodthirsty right now. He wants the 5k. Blood might be about to give it to him. He does pick up 2 kills and takes out Wombat, denies the ace, but Zeph is there for the recovery. It's MARKnLARRY with a 5th round. AWP saved over. They will, of course, have another full buy. Abyssal, on the other hand, it's questionable. Blood has enough money for an AK, but everyone else is not so lucky. Danger is yet to put a kill on the board here in the deciding map. And Abyssal right now, dare I say it, looking at risk of being eliminated. Wombat's molly will force Gump forward. Uncomfortable position, and he's punished by Zeph. 4 players shifting through apartments. McCullough's nade is not going to land a lot of damage. They will activate off the back of that. Blood steps out with the Deagle, and he will meet McCullough's M4. Wombat rotating in through market. Doesn't even seem to be required, as Brace is holding on. Just Foggers with the C4 on his back, and he's not going to be allowed to get that bomb down. 6 rounds on the board for MARKnLARRY. Abyssal scrambling. They will have a full buy, but each one of these rounds that goes past, the win gets harder and harder. Foggers still somehow on top of the kills count, tied with Wombat. But it's been a while since he's added to that tally. He was 9-2, so 4 rounds straight he has not managed to find a frag. Mid control successfully taken for Abyssal in round 10. Somewhat more of a passive setup from the CT. Zeph in the top of connector. McCullough's in charge of holding down short and window. Brace is rotated into that second position, just in time to get smoked out of it. Vinny walks right underneath him and just about escapes from that spray. Won't avoid the nade damage entirely. Still, this mid push is coming sooner or later. If they choose to direct it toward A, it's going to be a tough task ahead of them. Zeph in this corner on stairs is good for the first frag. Spray connects onto the second, helped out by Brace. The bomb's been dropped. Blood's AWP looks to activate from the catwalk, but it's shut down by McCullough's. It's a flawless hold for MARKnLARRY to put themselves on 7 rounds. And if you're Abyssal, at this point, your fingers are starting to get sweaty. Elimination on the line, and you're going to have to save again. It might be a half buy at best. But MARKnLARRY are looking to extend their lead to 5. Look at Wombat. He's got $13,000 left over. Even if you win this one, the last round is far from a guarantee for Abyssal. Deagle doesn't quite land for Gump. Second shot was close as well, but still Wombat survives. Oh. And these AKs for the CTs just firing away into middle. It's Brace and Zeph in unison. From left and right. He's assembling a boost in bottom mid. This isn't one you see every day. Oof. But Danger's been decapitated. Zeph and Brace still More than enough for this mid-hold. Vinny's been spotted in top con, and it's now just Foggers, the lone Galil. And surely this is too much to ask of it. Brace is going to fall, but still 4 players left to find with 50 seconds on the clock. He does have the bomb. Half HP. This one feels impossible. You can't know it, but McCullus is already inside the apartments. Already containing this final player. Doesn't seem to be much awareness from Abyssal as to where he's gotten off to. But if he chooses to go up connector, he could have a nasty surprise. There it is. Zeph lands the headshot with the AK. 3 frags for him in this round. Puts himself on 11 and 4. Wombat on 10 and 5. No slatch either. It's 8 rounds to 3 for MARKnLARRY. And Abyssal, this is the last chance they're going to get on the T side. Might be one of the last chances they're going to get in this series. 4th round will make them just a little bit more confident headed onto their CT half. 8-3, 9-4 feels like semantics. It'll be Ruffleco and Wombat to receive this A push. Wombat's AWP shot good, but he's traded back by Gump. Ruffleco catches the blind player in danger falling out of Palace, but Gump once again is good for the trade. 2 frags for him and the bomb plant tapped. Not going to be stuck. There's actually a double flank coming. Oh, Abyssal. How can you ever be ready for this? Gump isn't flushed out by the Molotov, and Brace has been caught in main. The question becomes, are you ready for that second player coming from behind? Foggers looks away at the wrong time, and oh, McCall, as he holds the trigger, he's going to get 1 kill for free, swinging out from Palace. Gump isn't ready either. Last player's position already known in main. It's Blood's AWP. Has to find this 1 versus 2, and he's stuck behind the smoke. Diffuse being tapped. AWP shot misses. McCullus in position to deny. Blood doesn't even get a chance. It's 9 rounds to 3 in the first half for MARKnLARRY, and Abyssal are absent from the decider. CT pistol will be a necessity for the team that overcame MGL Bros. I guess that's technically both teams. I was going to say the team that beat Rooster, and then I realized, sorry, the team that lost to Rooster, and then I realized it was both of them, and then I said the team that beat MGL, but it was also both of them. The team that did both of those first. Well, not both of them. Oh, damn it. Abyssal. Abyssal are in trouble. They need the CT pistol round, or this match is in grave danger for them. Zeph is already pressing them in CT, but Blood and Vinny answer back with his USP headshots. It's filthy from Vinny, actually. Picks up 3 for himself, and now it's just Brace. So Mirage will be extended at least a little more. This clutch not provided. But for how long can they hold on? MARKnLARRY only need 4 rounds. Okay. I think that was a misclick. Would have been very surprised to see a Negev coming out. I mean, just look at the scoreboard right now. I know it's sorted in terms of KD instead of just kills, so it's a little misleading, but it tells the story that all 5 MARKnLARRY players are above all 5 Abyssal. Danger still only on 1 frag. Makes its way over towards B. Fogger's nade. Good damage onto Zeph. The push seems to be coming regardless. There's just about no utility for this. Brace has the only smoke, and it looks like he's going to use it to try and feign a push over towards A. There it is. It's going to be thrown out to CT. When this one fades, flashbang Push for Foggers, doesn't spot anything. He's going to drop one out for himself, and it's really good, as is the spray. 4 for Foggers. Makes it look easy, and it's just Brace now in the 1v5 again. It will be collected by Vinny. Doesn't even fire a shot. What a player photo from Zeph. Yeah, look, the rest of them are all taken from the DFRAG website, which has some nice transparent PNG ones. Zeph's is from HLTV, so it looks a little scuffed. I'm sorry, Zeph. I hope you don't mind too much. If you upload it to DFRAG, then I'll use it, and it'll look nice, I'm sure. Gonna be a similar B-centric approach for MARKnLARRY in round 15. Blood's M4 right now, the lone defender. Last time it was Foggers. And there'll be another test for the B hold. Utility goes over the top for MARKnLARRY. A rotation comes through from Market, but is it here soon enough? Gump with the scout might not be required, as Blood is still hanging on in bench. Will eventually be taken down by Wombat, as is Gump through the smoke. Foggers falls elsewhere, but he's traded. So a 2v3 is the situation for Danger and Vinny. A reminder for Abyssal, there's only so many of these rounds you can afford to give away. They are going to save in this one, so double digits on the board for MARKnLARRY, but for Abyssal you can only give away 3 more of these, or 2 more really. The third one would be the end of things. Oh look, off the back of that 4K, Foggers has managed to move himself up to almost top of the scoreboard again. He is on top in terms of kill count. But KD wise, still got a couple of players left to go through. End of the day though, it is the round score that makes the difference. It's going to be 3 players in Palace here for MARKnLARRY. Vinny did really well on the pistol, 3 frags on the A-site defense. Seems likely that he's going to need 3 if he wants to hold them off from this bomb plant right now. There's just a wall of smokes, 4 in a row on the map. If you're playing Connect 4, it would be a victory, but unfortunately this is Counter-Strike. Curious that they're not activating yet. I mean, it feels like the moment has almost been and gone, but the push will come through now. Vinny, underneath the rafters, is good for 1. Danger activating from jungle, gets 1 for himself as well. The push is being shut down. Wombat will be left in a 1v5. And finally for Danger, it's some impact. He's got 2 frags in the round. 3 on the board in total. He's tripled his kill count. What an appearance from the man. But for Wombat, there's no hope. Gump is going to pick him up. 6 rounds for Abyssal. As bit by bit they look to close this gap. Money not good at all for MARKnLARRY. It'll have to be a half buy at best. Ooh, Gump spotted jumping out a window. There's only 1 player in apartments to try and hold him back that way though. And it's only Brace with a Glock. Oh, but what is that from Zeph? Oh, I apologize for missing it, but 2 1-digs gives a 5 versus 3 advantage to MARKnLARRY. In the most unexpected of ways, they find themselves in a man advantage. And the last 3 players on Abyssal now sort of dry on info. All they know is that there's one man in mid and there's one man that's dangerous. Zeph with the $700 pistol. They will be spotted as they go out the short, but Foggers, how much can you really do to deny this? There's no head armor on any of the players, so the M4 will be lethal. Nade gonna... well, I was gonna say will land damage, but not with that bounce. So it will be the save. A full eco round will go the way of MARKnLARRY. That is unbelievable. I really wish I had a replay system so we could go back and see what Zeph just did, because that must have been something special. They could deny the saves, it would be the cherry on top, but it seems like it will be the AWP, the AK, the M4 carried over for Abyssal. Like I said before though, you can only do this so many times. 11 rounds on the board for MARKnLARRY as they inch closer to that victory. And for Abyssal, they slide closer and closer to elimination. Five AKs come out for the T side, and they do take their tactical timeout. They want to capitalize on this chance. Buy still pretty healthy for the CTs. They did save 3 guns after all, but they're well and truly backs against the wall now. Look at this from Blood. Wow, what a shot. He jumped out early from short. And he will find one frag. Answer back from the T side though, as Roffelko and McCullers take control of the A bomb site. Match point just 40 seconds away for MARKnLARRY. Last 2 Abyssal players in Blood and Foggers will have to attempt this 2 versus 3 retake if they want to keep playing in regulation. Smoke dropped out from Foggers. It's kind of strange, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe he thought it would make it easier for them to save. Maybe he just wanted to block off Blood and not have him die. Either way, it is 12 rounds on the board for MARKnLARRY. And for Abyssal, they are on the ropes. All it takes is one more round, and it would be the knockout punch. Six chances to move themselves to the playoffs for MARKnLARRY. And it'll have to be 6 straight from the CTs to prevent it, to bring us to overtime. It's Blood. The same players last round this time. Might be successful again. There it is on the smoke pop. Zeph has been removed. Brace, aggressive and fast out of A main. Vinny underneath the rafters will be good for 1. Trade comes through from Wombat, but Gump on top of the stairs with the spray transfer gets 2 for himself. Roffelko on top of Palace will be good for that kill, but Danger's fine for the trade. A 7th on Abyssal keeps them alive. And MARKnLARRY's money is... it's decent. There'll be a buy for Zeph, a buy for McCullers, a buy for Wombat, and he can drop an AK as well. So it will be the full rifle equipment for the T side. Double AWPs come out for the CTs though. One on Foggers, one on Blood. The short boost has been working so well for him. In round 20, he won't be as lucky. Foggers' second AWP will not be expected, surely inside the apartments. Flash over the top will not blind him. Oh, he spots the first player with utility out, but the shot goes awry. Rufflecoat jumping out is punished by Blood. B-Site holds on to the defense for now. Blood with another one, but Zeph answers back twice. Foggers finally gets the activation on the scoped weapon. Brings it to a 3-on-2, but he's low on HP. Zeph with a third one in the round. It would have to be the ace to close it. Foggers is already on low HP. Vinny, unknown element from Market, has been spotted out, but the spray doesn't land. Abyssal, hold on. And what a slugfest this is turning into. It'll have to be the save for MARKnLARRY, so a 9th round should, in theory, be at hand for Abyssal. Seems like the approach is going to be another one towards the B side of the map. Ruffleco is making footsteps into lower tunnels, I believe. Trying to, I was going to say, draw the attention away from his teammates. It looks like they are just going to follow in behind him. Foggers AWP once again fails to land the first contact. It was the T slink out through Underpass. There's still 3 players on A. Gump will be swinging in from top connector. Oh, but he misses that timing. I'm not sure if that was a miss smoke or if it was intentional. It lands in top connector. Brace has been taken down in apartments. Gump was ready for the window push, but it's Ruffleco who actually catches that timing. He's going to get that kill for free. Gump falls. 2 A defenders left. Blood's AWP good for 1, but he's taken back. Vinny activating from A main. Ooh, safe pair of hands for 2. But it is Ruffleco who's in with a real chance to close out this game. AWP is the weapon for it on low L. Danger. Ooh, oh so close to walking into it from bottom con. One will be planted. No one swings off the tap. Danger. Makes his way into con. Oh, he spots him, but the shots don't hit. Oh my goodness, that's so ballsy. Ruffleco just stares directly at the flash. He hits the shot anyway. Foggers now finds himself in the 1 versus 1. AWP versus AWP, but neither of these players have it as their weapon of choice. Smoke on the bomb. He does have the defuse kit. Ruffleco trying to spot over the top. Walks out from CT. The defuse is being stuck. Foggers goes down. 13-8 to MARKnLARRY. They move on to the playoffs and Abyssal are eliminated from DFRAG Open Series 5. It will be MARKnLARRY that advance from Group A. What a series. I'll just move it back over to the Faceit tab real quick. And then I'll just switch it so we can go over the tournament. But wow, I can't believe MARKnLARRY pulled that one out. Just from the way the series started, it looked like it was going to be a steamroll for Abyssal, but instead it goes the other way. So hold on, here's HLTV. Let's go look at, okay, so I will direct you over to Flam's stream. He's doing Dincuts versus DXA. That's the other one being played in this tournament right now. First map was Dincuts map pick, so they had the same thing where both teams took the other one's map pick. Dincuts actually took Anubis in overtime, and right now it's actually DXA who are seemingly running away with it on Overpass. But you know, never say never. Comeback still could be on the cards in theory. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining me. I appreciate having you all here. Like I said, I am going to send you all over to Flamboyant's channel in just a moment. But I will ask you to drop a follow if you want to see more from me. And, you know, be sure to check it out on, what do you call it? On DFRAG if you want to keep up with this tournament. Of course, it's on HLTV as well. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for joining me. We're going to go raid Flamboyant. And that's the other game being played in this tournament right now. So, yeah, thanks for joining me, guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this other game. But I will see you next time. Goodbye.